Hi everybody, welcome to the 3S Yoga YouTube. We are really happy that you found us. I am Nadeya and I'm going to be leading you through a chill yoga stretch today, and this is Kat. She's going to be here doing it with you. So go ahead and close your eyes, get a comfortable seated position, even if that's butterfly or cross legs, whatever you like. Relax the forehead. And relax the muscles in the jaw, back by the ear. Giving some space between the molars, letting your tongue take up some space in the mouth. Let your hips get heavy as you feel your sit bones root into the floor. Notice the spaces where your feet and or ankles touch the floor. Become aware of where your legs touch your feet. And bring your attention into where your hands touch the legs. And begin to feel the air move into the nose and out of the nostrils. Allowing the inhales to lift the chest and the belly, and the exhales to release the air out of your body. Slowing your breath throughout the practice. Try to check in and make sure that you're controlling the breath instead of letting the breath control you. Keeping the shoulders moving down the back, inhale as your hands reach up to the sky. Belly pulls in towards the spine, lifting up through the chest. Take the right hand, the left wrist, and exhale, move your hands to the right. Press the left hip down into the mat, and as you pull and encourage your left hand further over towards the right, move your left shoulder away from the ear. To open a little bit more, you would move the left hand, the left arm back towards the ear and glance up if you want. If that hurts your neck, don't do it. On the next inhale, release the wrist, come back to the center. And switch directions, grabbing the right wrist and stretching over towards the left. Right hip presses down. Right shoulder moves away from the ear. Right hand and left hand pull away. Inhale back up to the center and open the arms out to the side. Let the thumbs face up towards the sky, and then let your shoulder blades pull back towards each other as your middle fingers move back. Pull the belly in towards the spine to keep the low back protected. Feeling the beautiful vulnerability and openness in this position. Relax the inner thighs. And allow yourself to breathe nice and slowly. And release the hands towards the legs. Move the feet into a butterfly position. And get cozy, feel the sit bones on the floor. And just nice and simply move the hands forward and let your head get heavy. Great, so you're finding a nice curl in the back. Relax the inner thighs and relax the glutes. You might get as low as cat, or you might be up nice and high like I am. It's okay. Let your chin move towards the chest. Let the hands walk back up, lengthening up through the spine. And you're gonna open your legs out towards the sides. They might get really wide, they might just get kind of wide. Whatever works for you is great. Again, we're not looking for pain, we're looking for openness, so only go as much as feels good. Take your right hand to the inside of the right calf, and then drop the right elbow down and reach the left arm overhead towards the right foot. Press the left hip down, pull the left fingers away, pull the left shoulder away from the ear. To get more, you can move your left hand back, opening up the chest towards the sky. And inhale back towards the center. And take your shoulders up and back, exhaling. Move your left fingers out to the inside of the left calf. Drop your left elbow down, if it can. If it can't, that's fine. And bring the right hand over the head. The right hip is pressing down. Right fingers are pulling towards the left foot. And right shoulders moving away from the right ear. Check in with your neck, looking up and down, seeing what feels good for your neck today and where it wants to be, and pause there. And inhale back up towards the center. Flex your feet so your toes start to face up to the sky, and then let your pinky toes roll back, and then start to walk your hands forward. You don't need to go that far in this. You can keep a nice straight spine. You're gonna get a nice inner thigh stretch. If you want, you can walk your hands more forward or lower down. Just depends on your body. Relaxing the jaw. And slowly walk the hands back up. You're going to bring your right leg in front and swing the left foot behind you. We're coming into deer pose. It's one of my favorite restorative hip openers. So you're trying to get your right shin parallel to the front of the mat, and your left knee is moving out in the same plane as the shoulder, out to the side with your foot behind your knee. If it's not like that or you can't get it there, it really doesn't matter. It's going to feel good. So just be patient with your body and we're just happy you're here. And then begin to walk your hands forward. And then you can let yourself rest your head down. If your head doesn't make it down to the ground, it's okay to bend your elbows and let your head rest in your hands. It's also okay to stay up nice and high. You're looking for a stretch in the right outer hip. And slowly walk the hands back up. Lengthen the right leg out in front of you. You can keep the left leg where it is, or if that's not comfortable, swing it around into a seated tree pose. Inhale, lift the arms up. Twist your torso over the straight leg. And exhale, reach towards your foot and either stay up nice and high with a straight spine or walk your hands forward. So the straighter the spine is, the more of a stretch you're going to get in your hamstring. Feel that, Kat?
Oh, yeah.
And if you let yourself roll down, you're going to get a different kind of release. It might get into your low back. It'll still also be a little bit in the hamstring, but maybe not quite as intense. Just check it out and see what feels good. Both are yoga, both are good. And walk the hands back up. If your left leg is behind you, swing it around in front of you, and then keep it bent like it's in the tree position, and then take the right leg in front of the left leg. So the knees are nice and wide. If this isn't available to your body, it's okay to have your feet in a butterfly position. Bringing your legs wide so they're stacked instead of crisscross. Right leg in front. Take the hands to the knees. Keeping a straight back, you're gonna roll around. Nice and slowly. Opening the hips. And switch directions. And come back towards the middle. Take the right hand to the right thigh. Take the left knee right to the outside, the left hand right to the outside of the left knee. Twist your torso so it faces the left knee. Keep your hand by your kneecap. And then walk your hand out diagonally in a straight line from the knee. And then release the elbow and release the head. So the heavier the head gets, the better it's gonna feel on the right low back. You can also press a little bit into the right thigh, but you almost really don't need to, especially if that brings any pressure into the right knee. Just letting your head get heavy could be enough for this opener. If you wanna get deeper, take your right hand over towards the left hand, twisting your torso a little bit more. Letting the right armpit drop down. And then let the hands walk towards the middle, right in front of you, and let your elbows lower down. Or you can stay up on your hands. If wherever you are, feel free to press into the hands or into the forearms to move your weight back in your hips and let the head get heavy. And let yourself sway a little bit side to side. And try to think of a crescent moon as you sway. So let your chest pull forward as you go from side to side. Coming back to the middle, walk your hands up towards the legs. Straighten your legs out in front of you and give them a little shake. Inhale, let the arms lift up, and exhale to fold. Let your head and your spine just curl this time. No judgment on how far you can go. Walking your hands all the way back up. You're gonna bring your left shin parallel to the front of the mat and take your right leg out to the side. We're making a symbol like a pinwheel, half a pinwheel, which probably doesn't work very well. You need a full pinwheel, but that's okay. I guess we could put ours together. Okay, just stop, Nadeya, just stop. Okay, all you're gonna do is walk your hands forward. Again, if you can't get all the way down low, you can always bend your elbows and rest your head in your hands. Or you can stay up nice and high. Try to relax the glutes and relax the thighs. Relax the jaw. Taking the time to focus on the breath, just slow it down. Feeling the air cycle through the body. Walk the hands back up. Straightening the left leg out in front of you. If you're flexing and it feels okay, you can leave the right knee behind you. Otherwise, swing the right foot around to the inside of the right thigh. Readjust so you feel good. Inhale, let the arms lengthen. Twist over the straight leg and exhale to fold. Trying to keep a straight spine. Seeing what that feels like first and how it gets into the hamstring, especially when the left toes are pointing towards your nose, said Dr. Seuss. And then if you want, you can see what it feels like to lower down. And then do whichever one feels better. And walk the hands back up. If you already have your right leg to the inner thigh, keep it there. If not, swing it around and bring it in. And then everyone bend the left leg so you're coming into a wide-legged crisscross. Bringing your knees a little bit wider, taking the hands to the leg, left leg in front. Okay. Let yourself circle around. Try to keep a straight back and let yourself take your time in the front. That's where you really feel the hips. And switch directions. You're breathing. Coming back to the middle. Take the left hand to the left inner thigh. The right hand comes right outside the right knee. And then walk it diagonally forward. Release the right elbow towards the right knee, twisting the torso over the right knee and let the head get heavy. Notice if you're clenching the inner thighs and try to relax them. Let the head get heavy. So cool how our body's all connected. The heavier your head usually gets and goes forward, the more release you get in your low back. Aren't our bodies cool? And if it's accessible to you, take the left hand towards the right hand, letting the torso twist a little deeper as the left armpit drops down. It's okay to be up nice and high. Get a little bit into the back, but also into the left hip. Begin to walk the hands forward. Release the elbows down or stay up on the hands and press into the forearms or the hands to shift the weight to the back of the hips. And let yourself sway side to side. And that crescent moon shape, pull the chest forward as you sway. And come back to the middle and walk your hands back. Take your hands behind you and then bring your feet nice and wide like the mat, and let your fingers face back. And nice and slow, you're going to drop the knees to the right, switch them to the left, drop them to the right, and keep them on the right. Lift the left arm up to the sky and take the left arm to meet the right arm. And then walk your hands towards the center of the mat. Relax the glute. Relax the low back. Let the chest pull forward if you need to get deeper. Releasing the back. Make your way back towards the middle. Bring the feet back to the middle. Straighten out the right leg and move yourself up to a seated position. Bring the left arm up and hug it around. Right arm up, hug it around the left knee. Take the other arm behind you, taking a little twist. So if you're less flexy like me, you're gonna just hold onto your knee. And if you're more flexy like Kat, you can take your hand to the outside of your leg as you open up. So you're not leaning into the back arm, you're using the back hand to press you forward to lift up through the chest. Come back slowly to the center. Hug the left knee in and slowly roll down to the floor. Lengthen the left leg up to the sky and grab onto the leg wherever you can, foot, calf, or thigh. And if you want to get deeper, you're going to let your left sit bone press towards your right ankle. But if you feel enough, just chill in where you are, just chill where you are. Hug the left knee into the chest, grabbing onto the shin, pressing the right heel away from you, giving it a really good squeeze. And now hug it over to the left armpit and let the right leg relax. And then cross the left leg over the right side of the body, reaching the left arm out to the side, glancing over the left hand. And noticing if you're holding tension in your hip and your low back, and just tell your upper hip to relax. I never realized how much I was clenching in this pose until recently, and you're like, oh, why am I squeezing my hip here? Let it relax and tell your back to release. Slowly bring it back to the center and take a happy baby pose. Your hands go on the inside of the legs and your hands go on the outside of the feet. Your knees are 90 degrees, so the top of your feet is facing to the ceiling. And you can be still, or you can press your tailbone towards the mat and roll around on your low back. Hug the knees into the chest. Then release them enough so that you can take your palms onto the kneecaps and start to take little circles in one direction with the knees. And then in the other direction. And then take both knees in both directions. So it's like going through a butterfly pose. And then switch the direction of the circles. And then slowly come up, rocking yourself forward and back. Get a little bit more of a spine rub. Up to seated. Bring your feet nice and wide, let your fingers face behind you, and drop your legs over to the left. Drop them to the right. Drop them to the left and hold. Lift the right arm up, cross it over towards the left. Walk the hands towards the center of the mat. Relax the quads. Let the chest pull forward if you want a little more. Relax the low back. Slow the breath. Make the way back towards the middle. Extend the legs out in front of you and let the right foot move towards the torso as the right knee lifts up. Take the left hand behind you. Take the right hand behind you and take the left hand either around the leg or to the outside of the leg. You're not falling back into the backhand. The backhand is pressing your chest forward, allowing you to lengthen through the spine and twist a little deeper. I hope you're feeling as good as I am. And making your way back around, grabbing onto the knee and slowly rolling onto the back, hugging the knee into the chest. And straighten the leg up towards the sky for the hamstring stretch, grabbing on wherever you like. And to get deeper, let your right sit bone press towards the left heel. Bring the knee in again, hugging the shin in. Press the left heel away from you. And hug it over towards the right armpit, relaxing the left foot, squeezing the right knee in closer. Take the right knee over towards the left side of your body, lengthening your right arm out, glancing over the right shoulder. Let your top hip relax, signaling for the low back to relax. Coming back towards the middle. Taking a happy baby. Your knees move towards your armpits, arms on the inside of the legs, but let your hand take the outside of your feet. Letting your tailbone press down. And to get deeper, you're gonna let your shoulders press down to the mat. But if you wanna sway a little bit, you can, or you can be still. You can also let your feet move around and play, straightening them out and feeling how different parts of your back touch the mat and kind of rub around and massage. Bring the knees into the chest, hug them in. Take the hands back to the kneecaps. And little circles again in both directions. And switching directions. Opposite directions. Switch those circles. Hug both knees into the chest, grab onto your shins, bring your head up towards your knees, give everything a nice big squeeze, and exhale, release it down, Shavasana. Let yourself take up some space. Let your legs separate, giving space between the inner thighs. Let your arms move away from your torso. Let the back of your head get heavy. Let the shoulders get heavy. And then let the neck release. Let the ribs get heavy. Let the hips sink into the floor, letting the low back release. Letting the calves and the heels get heavy. Letting the quads and the inner thighs and the hamstrings release. Let the back of the hands get heavy and the elbows. Letting the biceps and triceps release. Relaxing the muscles of the face, starting with the forehead. Relaxing the space between the brow. Releasing the jaw. Feel the entire back body being supported as it rests on the ground. And let the top body, the face, the chest, the arms, the belly, the quads, the shins, the tops of the feet, let them become weightless and float. Feel yourself feel completely supported and completely free at the same time in the same body. You are strong, you are amazing. You're taking care of yourself, which is the first step to taking care of others and the people around you. Stay here as long as you like. Namaste.